Have you ever hated an in-law? When my sister started dating Ryan, he seemed like a great guy. The whole family liked him. He was funny, had a good job, and most importantly, made Emily happy. We all got along so well that I actually thought for once my sister had found someone solid. Then, one night, I came home and found her curled up on the couch, her face buried in her hands. She looked up when I walked in, her eyes red and puffy, and just said, "He cheated on me." My stomach dropped. I sat next to her, hugged her, told her she deserved better. I was ready to help her pack his stuff up and throw it in the street. But a week later, she told me they were working things out. I couldn't believe it, but it was her choice. I let it go. And then, a few months later, it happened again and again. Each time, Emily would come to me, crying, saying she was done. Each time, she'd go back. I begged her to leave. I told her she deserved someone who wouldn't treat her like garbage, but she always said the same thing: "It'll just make it worse." I tried talking to my mom. She sighed, said, "We can't do anything. She has to figure it out on her own." I hated Ryan. Every time I saw him, I wanted to rip him apart, but I kept my mouth shut because Emily begged me to. I watched her shrink into herself. She stopped being the bright, happy person I grew up with. She started making excuses for him. "He's just stressed. He's trying to be better. It's not as bad as it seems." And then, one day, she announced they were engaged. I thought maybe this would change things. Maybe he'd finally grow up. Maybe marriage would make him act right. But deep down, I knew it wouldn't. They eloped a few months later. Just like that, Ryan was my brother-in-law. Things were fine for a while. Or maybe Emily just got better at hiding it. Then came my birthday. I threw a party at my place. I invited a bunch of friends, my girlfriend, and of course, Emily and Ryan. At first, everything was great. We were drinking, laughing, having a good time. Even Ryan seemed like he was in a good mood. But then, near the end of the night, something shifted. Ryan had too much to drink. He started getting loud, snapping at Emily over nothing. People started to notice. My girlfriend gave me a look like, "Are you gonna do something?" And then, right in the middle of my living room, Ryan shoved Emily. I didn't even think. I grabbed him, dragged him outside, and threw him to the ground. He scrambled up, acting like he wanted to fight, but I stepped closer and backed down quickly. I told him if he ever put his hands on my sister again, it wouldn't end with him just hitting the pavement. The next day, Emily called me, acting like nothing had happened. "It wasn't a big deal," she said. That was it for me. I told her if she ever needed me, I'd be there, but I wasn't going to sit around and watch him destroy her anymore. I stopped inviting them over. I stopped pretending like I was okay with it. A year passed, then two. I saw Emily less and less. Every time I did, she looked worse. Then, one night she called me. Her voice was shaking. "I left him," she said. I didn't ask questions. I just told her to come over. She had a suitcase and bruises she didn't bother covering when she showed up at my door. I didn't say, "I told you so." I just hugged her and let her in. She finally saw him for who he was, and this time, she wasn't going back.